Oh, St. Louis. It feels so good again to have some hockey back into our lives. This was day 2 of the St. Louis Blues training camp, and I have some comments I want to share about it. This is all coming up on Locked On Blues.
You're Locked On Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome back to Locked On Blues. I am your host, Kaylee Taylor Simon. And it is Friday, which means, of course, I am at the radio station. So you're seeing me in a little bit of a different background, but that's all fun and games. So anyways, the Blues had their second day of training camp today. And I have to tell you, I have some thoughts on it. Of course, my favorite Friday segment, Are We Feeling Blue? And of course, some preseason action will take place tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Before I get into the rest of today's episode, I just want to let you know this episode is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, official sportsbook of Locked On. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers can get a $5 bet and get up to $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to get started. The St. Louis Blues had their second day of training camp, and it definitely goes to show that this team is a whole new team. Hale, what do you mean? Well, Andy Strickland, that covers the St. Louis Blues, put out the fastest skaters and results from camp are Jordan Kyrou. Love Jordan, Jacob Vanra, and of course, my boy, Nick Leddy. What does this show me? It shows me that these are a bunch of motivated players that are determined to do well. This Blues training camp has been nothing but positive. All the reports, all the tapes. I am honestly surprised. If I'm going to be transparent with you, I am surprised that it's been this successful. When the Blues had the season they did last season, I was a little optimistic of how well they would do heading into training camp. So there is a lot that the Blues need to work on, obviously, to come out of the season that they had last season. But at the same time, I feel like this was meant to be. And, training camp, I can't get too excited here because here's the thing, folks. And for anybody that's listening, while all these reports are coming out are great, that these guys are putting in efforts, they're killing it in their drills. At the same time, I'm still a little bit, okay, let's take a step back and remind ourselves that preseason games will actually show us how this team is going to be. So anyways, the St. Louis Blues, a lot of the players, they all said that they love Hayes. That was something that was big in today's training camp. And it's really nice because, as you know, Kevin Hayes' brother, Jimmy, who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, was a huge part of Kevin's life, super close. And Kevin is honoring his brother by having the nickname of his stick saying Broadway. And that was Jimmy's nickname. So it seems like there's been a lot of love today, and which is good. So one thing that I have to say, though, is that at the end of the day, these are players that have personal lives on and off the ice. But the amount of respect that Kevin Hayes has been getting just goes to show that he is a respected player as well as a respected teammate. So that is another thing that I enjoyed seeing. And okay, this is from Lou Korek. I always give credit to reporters, as a reporter myself, I would always want the credit. So, in quotes, I'm just excited to get an opportunity here to show I can still play a good hockey game and help the team win. This is from Nick Ritchie. He is on a professional tryout, 27 years old, and he was the 10th pick in 2014. So, a nice little piece there by my friend Lou. And here's the thing. You never know what these guys can bring to the team, if it can be beneficial. You just don't know. So for me, it's nice seeing, you know what? Hey, he wants to win. He is motivated, and what he can bring to the Blues can truly be impactful. 27, a little bit older in the National Hockey League, but I did talk about him before, and he does have experience. He's not an awful player. Sometimes contract things happen, but I would still give this guy a chance. Speaking of chances, and this is something that's huge to me, I need to trust Berube again. I love Berube, but it's like I need to give him another chance. Last season did it for me, but everything that I'm seeing right now at this training camp just shows me, hey, Berube, he still might be your guy again, and that makes me happy. As somebody that loves the St. Louis Blues, I just want them to be successful, and that is the goal. That is what I'm hoping for. But essentially, what I'm getting at here is that this team has showed a lot of improvement and progress throughout this offseason and now with it being the training camp. I guess you can say that now that there's been 2 days of training camp, what do I want to see? Well, there's some things that I would like to see a little bit in tomorrow's game. I mean, for training camp, as far as it goes, I feel like they've shown me quite a bit, things that I do like. And there's not necessarily a thing that I dislike. Today, Zach Dean was absolutely a stud on the ice. He looked fantastic. That's more of what the Blues need in their play. I think that having a guy like Zach Dean be as dominant as he is, creating chaos, creating, drama on the ice, not drama in a bad way, but drama in a good way, is exactly what the Blues need. And again, Justin Folk looks good as always. I'm a big Jay Folk fan. We know that by now, folks, if you're listening to Locked on Blues. You know how I feel about my man's Justin Folk. And then even Jordan Kyer's scoring today. He scored in the first Blues scrimmage. He was the first one. And one thing that I have to say, this team looks like they have fire. It looks like they were motivated all of a sudden. And that is huge, especially when it comes into, getting ready for the season. You're in a somewhat competitive Central. I'm not going to say competitive. Okay, like there's some competitiveness to it. But overall, the Central Division isn't a division that strikes me as being the toughest division in hockey. Yeah, sure. Maybe it's one of the more challenging divisions. It's a division that will definitely take some effort. But I think that the Central, as I said at the radio, my only time I've been here since like 5 a.m. and it's like 10 p.m. But essentially, what I'm getting at here, folks, is that there is still a lot to be seen. And I'm liking what I've been seeing. I think that at the end of the day, tomorrow's scrimmage will definitely prove a lot. And, not scrimmage, I mean preseason game. But the scrimmages today just proved to me these guys have fire. They look good. Obviously, it's hard to judge truly how they're going to be. But from what I've seen, I'm liking it. And that's actually a huge compliment for me out of all people, because sometimes I feel like I can be the most negative person. I can be down on things. And especially when it comes to the St. Louis Blues, this is a team that I care about. I am passionate about. And when, you're passionate and you care about a team and you just want the best for them, obviously it is infuriating when you don't see what you want to see. So as far as today goes, I was happy with day 2 of training camp. Day 1, it seemed to have a little bit more fire, a little bit more edge. All the words were being said, but today the action was put into place. And that is huge. I think anything in life where you're able to accumulate action to the words that are used is a big thing. Before I continue, because I will continue on my talking of training camp, I want to let you know about Birddogs. Birddogs make you look good. They fit kind of like Lululemons. They give your legs a truly sculptured look. I personally think that Birddogs are a great gift if you want to get your brother, your dad, a boyfriend, or a friend. Doesn't matter. Birddogs, women, you can also wear them too. Be uncomfortable. So this is what I want you to do. Go to birddogs.com/lockedonnhl or enter promo code lockedonnhl at checkout for a free Birddog water bottle with your order. That's birddogs.com/lockedonnhl for a free water bottle at checkout. You won't want to take your Birddogs off. We promise you. Okay. I put out a Twitter poll today. It was a little bit late. I know Blues and Brews is going on as I'm recording. So if you're there, hello. I hope you're having a great time. I saw guys like Kevin Hayes there and a bunch of guys were there. But I wanted to know, was this a good week for the Blues? This is my favorite Friday segment. Are we feeling blue? 81% of you said yes, while 19% of you said no. For those that said no, I just have one question. Why? Why would you say no? This was a fantastic week for the St. Louis Blues. A lot of positivity happened. Schenn was named captain. You saw a lot of good action on ice. And honestly, it just makes me annoyed that you feel like this was a bad week for the St. Louis Blues. Now, I understand. Okay. Actually, no, I don't understand. What are you thinking? Are you just being a troll at this point? I'm not sure what is exactly going on. I think it was a great week for the St. Louis Blues. I don't know how else it could get better. I really don't. I don't understand. I'm never going to understand. So if you voted no, I am mad at you. Like just no, I am mad at you. Oh my gosh, a different location. Hello, I am back from the radio. I ended up just getting super busy with the show that I was doing. And I have to tell you, I am so happy that I waited to finish this because Blues and Brews was happening as I was recording. And I need to update you just a little bit on some things that were said at Blues and Brews that I'm so happy I waited for. So breaking news from the St. Louis Blues. Captain Brayden Schenn announces that he has fired himself as team DJ. And Jake Neighbors will take over the locker room music duties this season. I saw that and I panicked for a minute because when I saw the tweet, Captain Brayden Schenn announces that he will no longer, I was like, is he not going to be captain? What is going on here? So that was, oh my gosh, that was something. But this Blues and Brews night just seemed like a blast between the players. Like Binner was taking selfies with everybody, and the whole community just looked like they were having a bunch of fun. I am like a little jealous that I wasn't there, but it's fine. I was at work. It's fine. Work, it's like the same thing about being at Blues and Brews, but no, it looked like a fun event. So for everybody that was there, let me know. Comment on the video, say hello. Let me know what you thought of it. If you would go again if they had one next season. I 100% will go next season and take off from work. But your girl needs to make some money. But it just seems like the whole community is just in this happy place right now where there is excitement about the season. And this is what I've been saying is even the outpour of fans showing up tonight, it just shows me that this season, it might be something different. One of my favorite comments somebody said was, tell neighbors to play Gloria in the locker room. And listen, I know that's a special song to me. Do not get it twisted. Gloria will always mean something to me. It should mean something to you because it is special. But I'm also the kind of girl where I want new traditions. Not traditions, but I want new things. So I'm not necessarily saying, oh, yeah, Gloria, keep it. Woohoo. I am saying, yeah, you can play it, but maybe the Blues need something new to identify themselves with. And that is what's the most exciting part about this team is that they have the ability to have a new identity. I mean, think about the season. They have this new mentality. I've never been so excited about a Blues season in quite a while. And I'm going to play some audio here of Kevin Hayes telling a joke that I pulled.
The NHL.
Okay.
All right. Funniest guy. I mean, you got voted funniest guy in the NHL, so we'll give it up to Hazy. Do you feel that humor just also gets you into the room more coming into a new scenario?
It helps for sure. It's tough coming into it in the locker room. It's been really easy here. You guys want to hear a joke? It's a joke, but it's pretty cheesy.
It's a pizza joke, but it's pretty cheesy. So that's what you're getting from Kevin Hayes. It seems like the fact that his teammates are calling him Hazy, I know that's his nickname, but there's just been so much talk about Kevin today, especially, which I talked to you about earlier. So obviously, when it comes to Kevin Hayes, he is somebody that is fitting in quite well with this team. And it makes me excited about the Blues. It really does, because if he's fitting in this well now, just imagine the team chemistry. And that's my thing. It's when these guys have fun, they play better on ice. And I know there's no like scientific proof behind it, but look at the patterns of teams that are successful. They're the teams that have the most fun together off the ice just as well as on the ice. And speaking of on the ice, the Boston Bruins, I know, why am I talking about the Boston Bruins? Well, it's because we beat them in the Stanley Cup Finals. So, like, boom. They named Brad Marchand captain. And I just want to thank them for not doing it on the same day that the Blues named Schenn, because that would have been really petty. So thank you for that. But it seems like Brayden Schenn has stepped up with his role. I mean, you can tell that there is a spark with this team now, and they just seem like a bunch of guys who are eager to get back on the ice and to win and be successful. And that's what you want out of your St. Louis Blues. You want them to be successful. You want them to have a fire under their belly. Like, you want them to want to win. And as I said last season, we didn't get this energy from the team. We didn't get some of the remarks that were made. And now that these comments are trickling in with, we want to win, this is not the same as last season. It just makes me feel so much better, more confident in the management, more confident in the coaching, and more confident within the players themselves. Before I talk to you about the Blues' very first preseason game tomorrow night, I just want to let you know that you can follow Locked On Blues on Twitter at Locked On Blues, or my own Twitter at Haley T. Simon. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, you can tell that I changed my scenery a little bit. Make sure to subscribe, hit that button. My everydayers, leave some comments down below and join the conversation as usual. I love talking to you all. But that was a fun Are We Feeling Blue segment. That's my favorite segment when it comes to Locked On Blues. I will say basically that's my only consistent segment besides the Blues History Day, which I did in the summertime. And I'm sure as the season goes on, there will be some things that I want to talk about in the day in the history of the St. Louis Blues. But right now, I'm just more focused. Who say that? So let's go see. So I always like to reply to comments before I get to my final thing. So Brandon on my last video says, locker chemistry is important. If the boys have good locker chemistry, this might be a great season. Exactly my point. So I like that, Brandon. And then Benjamin said, the main issue for the Blues wasn't so much the offense, but the defense, in my opinion. And I said defense, yes, but also looked like they were a little bit hesitating. And basically just talking. Brennan was chiming in on the conversation and about just basically just saying, you know what? Yes, there was work that needed to be done across all platforms. So absolutely. All right, let's get into some fun things right now. This is fun for me because this is the games tomorrow and I will be watching. I'm so excited. So there is going to be 2 games played. Okay, well, one is in St. Louis and the other one is in Wichita. So against the Yotes. So the forwards for the St. Louis Blues for game 1 at 2 p.m., by the way. So do not forget that. I know it's a college football day, but hockey's more important. There is Mikhail Abrav, Sam Bidden. Oh, I love Sam Bidden. Pavel Bush. Yeah, that's all you need. Andre Heim, Casper Kapanen, Jordan Cairo, Matisse Lafair, Hugh McGing, Matthew Pekka, Oscar Sundquist, Robert Thomas. Who's that? No, I'm joking. Jacob Branera. Defense, Bertuzzo, Bushniger, Burns, Klunk, Paraco, and oh my God, why can't I speak today? I'm like tongue twisting my words. Give me a second. I need to stop laughing. First Net Hoffer, and then it will be Zankuro. I'm sure he will play. I'm sure in preseason they're just going to switch out. In game 2 at 7 p.m. in Wichita, Nikitia Alexandrov will bid in. Hey, look, 2 bid-ins. Woohoo. No, Sammy Bray. Zach. Bulldog, Zach Dean. I love Zach Dean. Adam Gute, Jake Neighbors, Isaac Ratcliffe, Nick Ritchie, Alexei Torbenchenko, Nathan Walker, Keenan Washkirk. Defense, you have Matthew Kessel, Leo Loof. I like Loof. Matt Myesh, Kale Rosin, Marcus Scandetta, and Tyler Tucker. Tyler Tucker is also one of my favorites. In net, it is Colton Ellis and then Malcolm Subban. By the way, the shot that Jordan Kyrou had on net today was actually let in by Subban, and a lot of people just assume it's Spinner. It's not. They're going to protect Jordan Binghamton because, like, here's the thing. Yeah, obviously he's going to be the starting goalie for the St. Louis Blues. Like, no question on that one. So you want to protect your goalie. You want to make sure that he feels good and confident, and you're not going to, like, put him in all these preseason games, like, immediately. Like, it's just like it's one of those things where I think that at the end of the day, you need to look out for your players, and that is what's most important. All right, folks, that is all for today. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'll check in after the games tomorrow and let you know my thoughts. I do predict this. I think that the Blues, especially in game 1, are going to be significantly better than the Yotes. So I think the Blues will take one and the Yotes will take the other one, because I think that game 2 at 7 p.m. just doesn't seem as strong to me. But again, a lot of the main guys aren't going to be playing. Obviously, Thomas will be in game 1, and that's what gives me the confidence, and so will Jordan. But we shall see. All right. I will see you tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Well, you will see me tomorrow, just not on a full podcast episode. And with all that being said, how do I end every single episode? Oh, I know. Let's go Blues.
You're Locked On Blues.